Hello everyone. Welcome back to Lady Show English. I'm so glad you're here today. In this video, we're going to explore an important environmental topic while learning useful English vocabulary and expressions. We'll talk about trees, climate change, and how scientists are working to protect our forests for the future. Let's get started. Today's topic is about choosing the right trees for a warmer world. Many of the trees we love and depend on are facing serious challenges because of changing weather patterns. Scientists in the United Kingdom have noticed that traditional trees are having difficulty surviving in hotter and drier conditions. To address this problem, environmental experts have created a special list of 30 tree species that can handle warmer temperatures better. This list includes familiar trees like oak, birch, and alder. It also features some interesting newcomers from other regions, such as coast redwood from North America and Corsican pine from the Mediterranean area. The goal is simple but important: create forests that can survive and thrive as our climate continues to change. You might wonder why this matters so much. Well, during the extreme heat of 2022, the Royal Botanic Gardens at Kew lost 460 trees in just one summer. That's a huge number. Kevin Martin, who manages the tree collection there, explained that weather events which used to happen once every 10 years are now occurring every 3 or 4 years. This dramatic shift means we need to think carefully about which trees we plant today. The main challenge isn't just that the climate is changing. It's the speed of change that creates the problem. Throughout Earth's history, temperatures have risen and fallen naturally over thousands of years. Trees adapted by slowly migrating to new areas. Their seeds would grow in slightly different locations generation after generation, following suitable climate conditions. However, human activities have caused temperatures to rise 10 times faster than ever before. Trees simply cannot move quickly enough to keep up with this rapid pace. Dr. Sarah Dalrymple, a plant expert from Liverpool John Moores University, has observed worrying signs. Tree seedlings are falling to the ground without growing properly because conditions are too dry. Take the oak tree as an example. Oaks make up about 20% of broadleaf trees in the UK, and each oak supports up to 2,300 different species of wildlife, including birds, insects, and fungi. Unfortunately, many oak trees are now suffering from a condition called acute oak decline, which is directly linked to heat stress and drought. When oaks die, thousands of other species lose their homes and food sources. One solution being considered is called assisted migration. This approach involves bringing in tree species from warmer regions that are already adapted to the climate the UK expects to have in 30 or 50 years. For instance, scientists suggest planting oak varieties from the border region between Georgia and Azerbaijan. These trees grow in conditions similar to what southern England will experience in the coming decades. By introducing them now, we give forests a better chance of survival. However, this strategy isn't without risks. The UK's weather has become increasingly unpredictable, with sudden frosts in late spring followed by intense heat waves in summer. These extreme swings make it difficult even for resilient species to establish themselves. There's also the danger of accidentally introducing invasive species. Back in 2012, a wind-borne fungus from Asia caused ash dieback disease in the UK, threatening up to 80% of mature ash trees. This disaster reminds us to be cautious about which species we introduce. Dr. Eleanor Tu from Forestry England emphasizes that there is no single perfect solution. We need diverse strategies across different areas, carefully balancing the benefits of intervention against the risks of doing nothing. If we simply let nature take its course and allow trees like the oak to die off, we would lose not just the trees themselves but also the entire ecosystem of wildlife that depends on them. Now let's look at some important vocabulary from this article. First, we have the word resilient. This adjective means able to recover quickly from difficulties or adapt to challenging conditions. For example, we can say resilient trees or a resilient person. The noun form is resilience. In daily life, you might hear someone say, "She showed great resilience after losing her job." Next is the phrase future-proof. This verb means to make something suitable for future conditions or needs. We can future-proof our forests by planting diverse species. In business, companies try to future-proof their technology by investing in new systems. The concept applies to many areas of life, not just environmental work. Another useful expression is keep pace with, which means to move or progress at the same rate as something else. In our article, trees cannot keep pace with rapid climate change. You might say, "I'm struggling to keep pace with all the new technology," or "the company is keeping pace with its competitors." The word thrive is a wonderful verb that means to grow, develop, or be successful. Certain trees thrive in warm conditions. We also use it for people and businesses. Children thrive when they receive positive attention, or the restaurant is thriving despite the economic downturn. Let's talk about cope with, a phrasal verb meaning to deal successfully with a difficult situation. Trees are finding it hard to cope with extreme weather. In conversation, you might say, "How are you coping with the workload?" or "She's coping well with the stress." The term drought refers to a long period with little or no rain. It's pronounced drought with a silent GH. Drought stress affects many plants and trees. Related vocabulary includes drought-resistant plants and drought conditions. Climate change is increasing drought frequency in many regions. Finally, biodiversity is a noun combining biological and diversity. It refers to the variety of plant and animal life in a particular habitat. High biodiversity indicates a healthy ecosystem. Conservation efforts aim to protect biodiversity. You'll often hear this word in environmental discussions and news reports. Let's examine some useful grammar patterns. The passive voice appears frequently in scientific and news writing. For example, "A list has been released" focuses on the action rather than who performed it. Another example is "trees are being threatened." This construction is perfect when the action itself is more important than the actor. Try creating your own sentences. New policies are being developed or research is being conducted. The conditional structure, "if we do not act," followed by "we would lose," shows a hypothetical consequence. This pattern helps us discuss possible future scenarios. Practice with similar structures. If we plant diverse species, we will create stronger forests, or if temperatures continue rising, many trees would struggle to survive. We also see the comparative structure 10 times faster than, which shows a dramatic difference in rate. You can use this pattern with various measurements: 3 times bigger than, twice as expensive as, or 5 times more popular than. Since we're discussing environmental conservation, let's expand your vocabulary in this area. When talking about climate, you'll encounter terms like carbon footprint, which refers to the amount of carbon dioxide released due to human activities. Renewable energy includes solar, wind, and hydroelectric power. Sustainability describes practices that can be maintained long-term without depleting natural resources. Forest-related vocabulary includes canopy, the upper layer of tree branches, understory, the layer of vegetation beneath the canopy, and ecosystem services, the benefits humans receive from nature, such as clean air and water. Conservation efforts might involve habitat restoration, species reintroduction, or wildlife corridors that connect fragmented habitats. Climate science terminology that's useful to know includes greenhouse gases, carbon sequestration, the process of capturing and storing carbon dioxide, and climate adaptation, which means adjusting to current or expected climate effects. These terms appear regularly in news reports about environmental issues. Thank you so much for watching today's lesson. I hope you've learned some valuable vocabulary and gained insight into this important environmental topic. Here at Ladies Show English, I share news and English lessons about health, food, travel, business, technology, and environmental issues to help you stay connected with real-world topics while improving your English. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new lesson. I'll see you in the next video. Keep learning and stay curious.